I'm not attacking you.
Okay.
But your records are here in Rivers State.
Sowore, what is your experience?
We cannot ignore that those of you who have governed before, who refuse to subsidize your people.
What happened? Now,
Peter Obi did not subsidize education in his state. Lecturers and doctors went on strike for 13 months.
When I became governor, there was not single school of nursing accredited in Anambra State. Today, go to Anambra State, we have the highest number of schools of nursing.
Your Excellency, Mr. Rotimi Amaechi, you made bold to say that Mr. Sowore cannot win the presidential election. With all due respect, I also make bold to say that, with all due respect, sir, you also cannot win the presidential election.
I said, no, judge us by our achievements.
No, I'm adding failure to it.
Say so. Don't put.
Why can't all of you come together to have one party?
Okay.
Apart from Sowore and Adebayo, the rest of us have been in government and we have failed. They have no business coming back. Yes.
All right, Governor.
When politicians are talking, close your mouth.
Yes.
Let me say one more thing.
Stop lying.
Let me say one more
Stop
thing.
lying. Sowore.
We are in 2026. They are still removing subsidy. They are robbing Peter Obi to pay Bola TINUBU. That is what removal of subsidy is all about.
Okay.
Sowore, I said I built that road. I built this road. I built this primary school. I built that primary school. Sowore, what is your experience?
Because one of Mr. Peter Obi is the most popular of all the candidates here.
Gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Plan B TV News, Gist and Blog. The NBA conference they had yesterday is overwhelming. I took my time to compile this particular video simply because Omoyele would think that by talking we make him the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And he went to the NBA conference to humiliate, to disgrace, and embarrass himself, trying to play politics. Now, I want you guys to watch how Peter Obi dealt with him, how Amaechi dealt with him, how Donald Duke dealt with him, and Seyi Makinde, opposition that are contesting are on ground. But two people were absent. The two people that felt like they are not on Nigeria level, so no Nigeria can ask the question, which is Atiku Abubakar, though he was represented by Amaechi, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jangaba of the Africa. So, anyway, let's watch this particular video and see the question they asked him and what Sowore said.
God, when he created this world, told us, let there be light. Let there be human being. God did not say, let there be armed robbers. God did not say, let there be insecurity.
Okay.
We know Jesus Christ died in between two thieves. We know there must be more bad people in society than the good ones. Yes, what I'm trying to say is that I want them to say something. Are they going to change this constitution so that we have a good constitution that we say, let there be light, let there be good people, let there be security, don't let there be armed robbers.
Thank you very much,
me?
To the clergy. Yes.
Okay, my name is Reverend Father Professor Edwin S. Obiora, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Chancellor, Tansan University. My question is just to Mr. Peter Obi. What are the very first three things you are going to do the first year you come into office as the President of Nigeria, knowing that you have been fighting corruption and that once you get into that seat, corruption will fight back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then the gentleman.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ali Chibuzo. Now, we all know how APC came about by several parties coming together. Several parties coming together to form the APC. Now, my question goes to Your Excellency, Mr. Rotimi Amaechi. You made bold to say that Mr. Sowore cannot win the presidential election. With all due respect, I also make bold to say that, with all due respect, sir, you also cannot win the presidential election. Why can't all of you come together to have one party?
Okay.
Because we know that Mr. Peter Obi is the most popular of all the candidates here. So why can't he come together and give him the support to go against the status quo? Thank you very much.
Now, I wish I didn't let you ask any question. This is not a campaign ground. What's your name?
My name is Prince Charles Ibe. I am from TINUBU State. My question is on what bothers all of us.
Quickly.
Number one, I am from the north. I am an Hausa man. I am from the east. I'm an Igbo man. I am from Lagos. I am a Yoruba man.
The question.
How do we deal with the issue of ethnicity in this land?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for those questions. We've also been joined by the presidential candidate of the Allied People's Movement, APM, represented by the vice presidential candidate. So please, let's give him a round of applause. There are several questions. This is what I want us to do, just to maximize time. Can you pick the two most crucial, they are all important, but two most crucial questions, and respond to them? But there are also questions that were directed at all of you, so we can maximize the little time that we have. And I know some of you were asked direct questions, so I'll begin with those who have specific questions. Governor Amaechi, Governor Peter Obi, and then we take it up from there. Yes, Governor Amaechi.
I will start with the person who said, I can't win the election. You know why I wanted to ask where he comes from? Where he comes from will give you the reason why he's asking the question. But again, among the opposition, the Atiku Amaechi ticket appears to be the brightest. If you look in this hall, I'm the politician. Don't shout. Most of you either be in court or waiting for court cases. I'm the politician. I've been a politician since the age of 22. I'm 61 today. So imagine 40-something years ago. We have discussed coalitions. I'm surprised he's bringing it back. I will say to him, we are working hard. We need him on board to ensure that Atiku Amaechi ticket wins the election. Now, I would like to answer the guy who asked about all is fair in politics. I think it was Dino. What the president has done is that the president has declared war against Nigerians. He says all is fair in politics. And I agree with him. All is fair in Nigerian politics. We will not come to court. Don't bother your head. Don't bother yourself. Election will be won and lost on the field. Because the president has said you must win on the field. Because the court has become unnecessary arbiter of nothing. So I agree with the president that he says all is fair in politics. You saw Oshun, right? Citizens had their own machetes, had their own ballot papers, had everything to themselves, right? If INEC man comes, they say, show us the result sheet. You must show the result sheet. If you don't show the result sheet, there will be no what? They won't let you to. When they finish seeing the result sheet, they say, show us the ballot papers. You show the ballot, but they count the ballot papers. When they finish counting and it's the same, they say, okay, let's start voting. After voting, what did they do? They say upload. Citizens' right and citizens' enforcement of law. They say upload. You say you can't upload here. The one I love most was in Oshun. They hired a bus, put the man and the policeman inside the bus and drove into where they can get service to upload. When he uploaded, they left him to go. We will decide the president of Nigeria. You know why? Ali Baba and the 40 thieves will not allow you to win. Because stealing is become a culture. I'm a student of culture. So the only way you can stop a thief is by making sure he does not win.
Okay.
That's my response to that. Unity. Check the ticket. Atiku and I are the only detribalized Nigerians on the ticket. Check Atiku. Check all his appointments. Check me. Check all my appointments. When I was Minister for Transport, I had Mamora as head of agency. I had George Moalo as head of agency. I had Dakuku as head of agency. I had Hadiza as a head of agency. They come from different parts of Nigeria, including George Moalo. I am not President TINUBU. I would appoint everybody from River State. Neither will Atiku appoint everybody from the north.
But
vote for us.
Governor Amaechi, these people you called, some will say you didn't appoint them. The president appointed them.
Oh, wait, okay, well, you're correct. I was a minister. But the law of all the laws said they shall be nominated by the Minister for Transport. That's what the law. Section 1 of MPA law says the Minister for Transport will nominate, and I nominated Hadiza. Go and ask her. And when I felt I was tired that she was not doing what I wanted her to do to get MPA to grow, I removed her and I went to the president.
Okay.
Asked George Moalo. I nominated George Moalo as, listen, when he walked into my office and said, we are being cheated from the southeast. I said, what are you being cheated for? He said, no appointment. I said, okay, get ready, you get an appointment. And he did. Go and ask Mamora. Mamora was my mate as speaker. I told Mamora, the best I can do for you is head of agency, and I did. So call one.
Okay.
The same with Atiku.
Okay, thank you very much.
Now you listen to the particular question they ask, and I want you guys to listen to the response of Sowore. We'll be right back.
I hate the bureaucracy that caused the problem of insecurity in Nigeria. But most importantly, nobody wants to go and die for you when you are paying them 56,000 naira per month. I'm talking about security agency. I'm the guy who proposed 500,000 senators who do nothing are taking 30 million naira per month. It doesn't cost inflation. Why is it that the governor can see 1 trillion naira that we all know it doesn't cost inflation? It's only when we want to pay workers who are risking their lives that we talk about inflation. The second aspect of it is, of course, a medium-term process, which includes the job of you lawyers, enforcement of our laws, so that people who perpetrate insecurity don't get away with it. And I'm talking about not only the kidnappers, but their backers. I know, and I agree with my friend, the lawyer there, Adewale, that Nigerian leaders are criminals. They are involved in insecurity. They use their houses, their beds, they use their influence.
This is where it becomes so connect for me. It becomes so tricky simply because they ask a simple question about the fuel subsidy. Now that the former vice president, Abubakar Atiku, said that he will reinstate fuel subsidy simply because of the hardship in the country. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu have kicked against that thought. And I want you guys to see the simple question they ask about the fuel subsidy. If it was you, do you align with what Atiku said or do you disagree? Let's listen to what Sowore said and how he started insulting every other person.
Your turn. Yeah. We're talking fuel subsidy. Where you stand, should we remove fuel subsidy? And if we do, what do we do with the savings? And if your position is no.
If there's anyone who has been consistent about non-removal of fuel subsidy, it has been me. And it took Amaechi and his principal almost 10 years to catch up with me. They have now reversed their position on fuel subsidy. The question about subsidy is, who are you subsidizing? You are subsidizing the elite. You are subsidizing the governors. The only people who are doing well since they removed subsidy are the governors of states. And when they talk about subsidy, they make it sound like they have not removed subsidy before. I was a student in 1989, they removed subsidy. In 1990, they removed subsidy. They said Nigeria will be better. We are in 2026, they are still removing subsidy. They are robbing Peter Obi to pay Bola Tinubu. That is what removal of subsidy is all about. The poor people of this country only benefit from subsidy from petrol, gasoline. There is no subsidy on kerosene. What did they build with it? On A1 jet fuel, what did they build with it? Please, please, don't let these politicians lie to you. I love one thing that Amaechi said. He said, apart from Sowore and Adebayo, the rest of us have been in government and we have failed. They have no business coming back. Yes. It is, you guys should be apologizing to the Nigerian people. Let me say one more thing.
Stop lying.
Let me say one more thing.
Stop lying, Sowore.
No.
I said, judge us by our achievements.
No, I'm adding failure to
it.
Yes,
Say so. Don't put.
Okay. One other thing I want to say is that when it comes to subsidy, right, transportation policy is important. We have a former governor of Rivers State here, Amaechi, who built a rail line that went nowhere. If that rail line was working, subsidy would have been working for the people of Rivers State. Okay. I'm not attacking you.
Okay.
But your records are here in Rivers State.
Okay.
And we cannot ignore that those of you who have governed before, who refuse to subsidize your people. Peter Obi did not subsidize education in his state. Lecturers and doctors went on strike for 13 months.
Okay.
You may like him as a person, but he did not perform as a governor. That is the truth.
Okay.
And we can't keep pretending that there's nothing wrong with Nigeria.
Thank you
and
very
those people
much.
who have run Nigeria up to this point.
Thank you very much.
I will not remove subsidy.
Thank you.
Because the poor in Nigeria needs to be subsidized instead of the rich. We are already subsidizing them with waivers. We are subsidizing their lifestyles. They are driving convoys and big stars and air jets.
Thank you.
We have a duty to return power to the people and subsidize the poor. Thank you very much.
This is the same people that signed peace accord. They signed peace accord with the same NBA. Say, okay, you will do your politics, we start insulting or throwing shade to each other. But I don't know how you went from a question of subsidizing, start talking about the hospitals that was on strike and the schools and all of that. But let's listen to what Peter Obi and Amaechi respond back to him.
Who are those from Lagos? There is Lagos Ibadan Railway is working or not? In my time, it was working. I don't know what's happening under TINUBU. There is Abuja Kaduna Rail working or not?
What happened to the one?
Now, where are Rivers lawyers? Please take Sowore around. Where are the Rivers lawyers who are present? Take Sowore around.
Okay.
Sowore, I said I built that road. I built this road. I built this primary school. I built that primary school. Sowore, what is your experience?
All right, Governor.
When politicians are talking, close your mouth.
Yes. You have a right of reply. Yes. You have the floor.
When I became governor, there was no single school of nursing accredited in Anambra State. Today, go to Anambra State, we have the highest number of schools of nursing, midwifery, and any other state. We have 3 teaching hospitals. 3 teaching hospitals from our own university teaching hospital to Iyenu, to Boromio, that teaching hospital today. Because of that decision I took. So it's very simple. If I get into government, anytime the sectors will annoy, if annoying them means that we will do well, we will do. Nigeria is poor today because of the productive content. Somebody came here and talked about hunger. Yes, today, Nigeria is one of the hungriest countries of the world. We got worse in the past 3 years, where we now move from where we are to 109 in the hungriest country. Some of you might not know that in the past 2 years, Ukraine that is at war gave us grain to fight hunger. We are hungry because Nigeria is not a productive country. If we decide today to invest in critical areas of development, which include pulling people out of poverty, by investing in agriculture, we can make more money from agriculture than we make from oil. Countries are doing it. And I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 countries around us to show example. Today, our most stable food is rice. Nigeria produces less than 10 million tons of unmilled rice. A tiny country like Bangladesh produces 60 million tons of unmilled rice, almost 10 times what Nigeria will produce. Bangladesh side is 148,000 square kilometers. That is the size of Bangladesh. That is the size of our 2 biggest states. Niger State State at 76.3 and Boronu at 70.8. Put together is 147,000. So these two states are about the size of Bangladesh, and Bangladesh has 170 million people. Is heavily dense. So we have to face. Today, we are having problem with Boronu State because we have Sambisa Forest. Sambisa Forest is a land occupied area of 60,000 square kilometers. That's 3 times the size of Israel. Israel is exporting food. Israel is 22,000 square kilometers. If you count it by 3, 66. We have one state that is distant. We can produce food, but people don't want us to produce food. We can go on and on. Ethiopia is exporting tea, coffee. Everybody, Sierra Leone, small countries. We have Taraba, 54,000 square kilometers. We Mandela that can produce tea. Nobody doing that. We are going to share our own money. Tiny countries like Netherlands produces $120 billion euros of agricultural material. Without water, there are 3,000 square kilometers. Niger State is 76.3, so it's 2.5 times the size of Netherlands. I can go on and on. So we don't have any problem with poverty. Okay. What we have is that we need to move the country from consumption to production. When you have people stealing public money, let me tell you what you do. You kill entrepreneurship. Okay. Because people are making money without contributing anything. You kill professionalism because people are making money without producing anything. You kill hard work. That is it. Okay. So that is that particular question. The next question that was asked particularly is issue of religion. Somebody mentioned issue of people being stronger than government. Nobody is stronger than government. It is the people in government that are allowing the rascality to continue. Otherwise, we have law. And nobody is above the law anywhere. Otherwise, nobody is stronger than government. Go to people go to here and do it. They will arrest him. But they are here causing confusion. Okay. The question of ethnicity, we don't have ethnic or religious problem. It is politicians that are dividing us. Not try buy bread cheaper. Not try buy food cheaper. It's politicians that are dividing us because we don't want to be divided. And finally, all is fair in politics. Yes, all is fair in politics because when people are breaking the rules and everything, today in Nigeria, we have a situation where we are saying, what is our qualification to be president? None of you know. What is qualification to be president of Nigeria government? Nobody knows.
It's in the constitution.
No, it's in the constitution. Our own national assembly said that forgery is not an offense in a electoral matter. Our own assembly said that nothing is. So when we have a case of where we the leaders, a case of where lunatics are taking over the asylum and decided to cancel all law that makes it work. So all is fair because that's what we need to sustain the rascality.
I don't know if I heard you clearly. Did you say the National Assembly said funding is not?
Forgery! Yes! Forgery! It's no longer an offense in the electoral matter. So because of it now, we have all is fair. You can't have it everywhere.
No, Dr. Peter, I think let's put it into perspective. What they did to the Electoral Act was to say that non-qualification was no longer an election petition starter.
You are saying the same thing. That is the same thing you are saying.
So there's no qualification. That means all is fair. All is fair is all is fair.
But it's still a criminal case.
No, it's an electoral matter. In electoral matter. If you don't do it in electoral matter, why are you going to say it's a problem in another matter? We remove it where it is. The process through which people come into office is far more fundamental than what they do in that office. Okay. That's where we start. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you. I think we have
Gentlemen, I would appreciate if we...
Now, I will end this particular video here. But the irony of this particular conference is that Sowore has no track record. If you ask him now, what have you done that is beneficial to Nigeria? He will say protest. When I was in school, in my days, I organized a student union protest against the then Abacha. Okay, now you are out of school. What is your track record that makes you think that you are better off than these people? Did you know when I was in Sahara, I organized a protest, I wrote articles to expose? How is these articles have been beneficiary to the development of the country? Everybody like me now, I'm making videos to expose anybody, but that does not make me to feel like I'm better than those that are in the field. Not until the ball is in your court. Everybody, when you're watching football, say, hey, oh, you know if you score, pass and give the next person. Oh, see you see goal, you know if you score. Until you're in the field. Until the ball is in your court. That's why you see politicians, before they become a politician or before they were selected or elected, they make us all kinds of promise. If you give me power within the space of 6 months, I will give you electricity. If I did not give you constant electricity, don't vote for me. I will recruit 50 million youth. What they will eat, but by the time you give them the power, they start making excuses. Oh, I inherited a bad situation from my predecessor. That's what they are saying. Well, look at Okpebholo. Okpebholo, we are standing inside gutter, recording videos to criticize Obaseki. That vote for me. Look at Obaseki for good 8 years. He did not do federal road. Oh, look at him. If it was me, I will do federal road and I will ensure that I collect the money back from the federal. He's a governor for good 2 years now. Go and look at the whole federal road in the state. He's unable to do it. Talk his ship. Look at Sowore. He keep on criticizing Peter Obi. In his own speech, throughout his words, you never hear when he talks down on the serving president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He was attacking Peter Obi, Atiku, Peter Obi, Atiku. Specifically, he was focusing all his energy on Peter Obi. I know you people like him, but Peter Obi is a bad person. I know you people like him. Peter Obi could not do this. He could not subsidize school. He could not do this one. All their problem is Peter Obi. Well, look at VDM now. VDM is working for Atiku in Barrister Deji. I know I'm right here, but I'm so disappointed on VDM taking money and be working for Atiku now. You can never find a video of him talking down on Atiku. Anyway, I'll rest my case here. I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section to tell me your thoughts regarding to this video. I love you guys. I love you more. Until we meet again. Peace out.
You lose the election on January 16th, 2027. Would you accept the outcome? Yes or no?
No, if it's not fair.
No, if it's not fair. Yes. Governor Duke?
Why should I accept something that is wrong? If I agree with him. If it's not fair, I will not accept it. Doesn't mean I go to the courts. I may not go to the court, but personally, I will not accept it.
Governor Obi?
I'll win.
Lawan?
Definitely, if it is free and fair, we will accept. If not, we will not accept.
Governor Amaechi?
There will be no need for the question. We are the most tribalized candidates, if you look at where we're coming from. So we win. We are not Yoruba, we are not Igbo, we are not Hausa, we are Nigerian candidates.
There is no way we can win if we don't fight. And there's no way we can lose since we are fighters. Yes, we will win. No, we will not accede if it's not free, fair, and credible. Thank you.
Colleagues, please give